Let's do it. No problem.
Yes, now we're live. Okay,
All
hello
right.
everyone. You're welcome to the day 3 of Digital World Summit. And like I promised, it's going to be amazing, simply amazing. Now, before we proceed, if you can hear me, just drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know you can hear me. If you can hear me, drop a comment. Let me know you can hear me. I'll just wait to be sure that they can hear us so that we don't start talking to ourselves.
Okay, cool.
Yes. Hello everyone. If you can hear me, drop a comment. Let me know you can hear me. If you can hear me, drop a comment so that we know you can. Okay, fantastic.
Okay.
Daniel Woody says we can hear you. Okay. Yes, we can hear you. Oh, comfort, Gideon. That's not right. Okay. Out of
Okay.
innocent hearing. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much, guys. Today promises to be an amazing session. Now, we have a phenomenal guest with us today, and like I've always said in this show, in this summit, since this summit started, the people we are bringing on in this summit is not we're not bringing people who just speak English or who just know the stuff, know the theory of this stuff. Now we're bringing in people who are actually executors, who are actually doing this stuff. So where anything you hear, even if it sounds light, like it's surface, take it and run with it, guys. Take it and run with it. All right. So we have a phenomenal guest with us today, and is none other than the one and only Prince Tim. Okay,
Jesus.
now Prince Tim is
Jesus.
yes, Prince Tim is the CEO of a fast-growing health company in Nigeria named Withheld. Uh, Prince Tim has sold over 100 million naira online in the past 24 months, so you should pay attention. And it's a media buying wonk. Of course, we'll get into that a bit in a bit, right? And then his side hustle is that he's currently studying doing his PhD in India. So that's an
Bro.
interesting side hustle. You agree? So you agree with me that that's an interesting side hustle, right? So yes, guys, Prince Tim, you're welcome to the show. We're excited to have you.
Thank you very much, Abzat. This is a I don't know. This is my first time of doing anything public other than my usual Facebook
Okay,
live videos. So it's an honor to be here. Thank you for what
okay.
you're doing, man. You're touching lives, making
Wow,
impact. It's amazing what you're doing. I'm proud of
wow.
you, brother. I'm proud of you, brother.
Thank you so much.
Well done.
Thank you. And we are really privileged for having you come on your first public show, and you are here with us. We really do appreciate it. Thank you so
Dude,
much, sir.
dude,
Thank you so much.
I'm nervous. So let's start from there. I
Yes,
am
sir.
nervous, legit nervous. It's like I'm going for a debate.
Okay.
When we go to do debates in secondary schools, and your ass are pounding before you start talking. Yeah, but
All
it's
right.
good to be here,
Interesting
man.
stuff.
Thank you.
Yes, and the beautiful part about this is that everything we're going to be talking is our story. We're just sharing a journey with you guys. So you can legit take this stuff and run with it, and you can be sure you replicate results. Yeah, because it's not theory. So actually, sir, first off, let me ask you. Now I know I've already done a bit of introduction, but introduce yourself again to us and tell us, how did you get into e-commerce? How did you get started in e-commerce? What happened? How did it happen?
Yeah, man. Thank you again. Thank you very much. I appreciate this opportunity to come and tell my stories.
Yeah.
By the way,
Hmm.
I'm not sure what the demography of the audience say and how I say what I say. So we'll keep it churchy. I would assume that we should keep it churchy. Okay. Um,
Okay. Keep it clean, not touchy. We have
exactly.
Muslims
Okay.
here.
So we'll keep it clean. Okay. We keep it clean. All right. So my name is Tim. Um, I started this
Yeah.
journey. hmm, Now that I think about it, it's been a while. We've been at this for a while.
Okay.
I remember that when I was in SS2 in Nigeria, I
Mm-hmm.
would, take my break money, my week. So we used to have our weekly allocation, right? So I'll take that money and spend like half of it in the cyber
Mm-hmm.
cafe. I was a cyber cafe wonk at the time. I would, spend all of my money in the cyber cafe. And I'm talking
Okay.
2002, 203, right? And then it looked like
Interesting stuff.
at the time there was that was the time Yahoo was like starting in Nigeria, right? So you know when you go into a cafe, legit assume that you're a Yahoo boy, right? And I would just go there like, searching for stuff, and like I just wanted to like what is this internet, right? Like what is this internet, people talk about. So I spend my money, I'll go, I'll download stuff. I would request for prospectus for schools that cannot afford. Like, like that time we would request for Liverpool University. I mean, come on, man. So
yeah.
And then at some point, like by SS, so J3, I had my first email address when I was in JSS1, right? And it was like that time I was like a big boy in the school. Like, you have a like email address? Jesus, like it's so SS2, I got into my I started like, so okay. Then I got this newspaper called Sausage Digest Extra. That was like my beginning, the beginning of So I got that newspaper, started reading it. I'm like, okay, so people do make money online. So I will go to the internet, to the cyber cafe, and then I will type, how to make money online and stuff like that. And long story short, I started doing freelancing. So my journey actually started from freelancing. So I would write. I remember my first email address at the time was Writer Timothy. So I would write articles, like write a lot of articles, get paid peanuts for them. And then at some point, as my rep started to go up, I get paid more for them. So I started getting like $5, $10 at the time. And it was like amazing. And I was in secondary school, right? So it's like, every extra cash I get was like, more than the cash, it was like bragging rights. The rest of them are like serious students coming to school. I'm like making $5 online, like I was like, living the dream, right? So I continued to write articles, and I continued to do a freelance job. I remember 2012, 2013, 2010, 10, 11, 12, there was Fiverr. I'll go to Cyber Cafe overnight, I'll walk, write my ass out. There was a time I wrote like, I can't remember exactly, maybe like 1,000-word article in the Cyber Cafe, and the power backup, the power just, they just took the power like that. And I spent the whole night writing that article. Yeah. And that time we didn't have UPS, we didn't have there was no Google Doc where you could write things online and have it saved, right? So like everything I wrote, once the power went off, everything I wrote disappeared. By the way, Amza, I can't see your picture again. So I don't know if you noticed that. So everything I wrote
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you pretty good. So everything I wrote disappeared,
fantastic.
And it was so painful. I mean, it was like a night's worth of work, right? Like that was very painful. But with transition, I went into Fiverr, made a lot of money from Fiverr, and I heard about this thing called, I got on Facebook in 2010, 2009 or 2010, I can't remember, because I'm like, I was like at the time, what is this, Facebook, right? What is this Facebook? Like, what are people doing on it? So I didn't get on the train very fast. It was a little bit late, but once I got on it and I saw that this thing was like super powerful, I'm like, okay. And as with everything, the goal is always to like take advantage of everything you got, right? So I'm like, okay, maybe this is the access, And Facebook was, as I started playing with Facebook, so I was still doing freelancing because I was paying the bills. Like sometimes I would work, I would get like $200, $100, $50. And that time, I mean, that was a good, like the good old days, right? Like dollar was worth something, right?
Of course.
Dollar was worth something then, like if you legitimately made $100 or $200 a month back then, I'm talking 2010, 2011, 2012, right? If you made $100 a month, like, I mean, like good cash, right? Like good money. Because my school fees was how much? Maybe 2,000 or something like that. So, so I started learning Facebook, and I discovered that, okay, you could buy advertising on Facebook and stuff like that. So I went all in, started learning, gave it the same thing. But the interesting thing is that the more I dived into, online marketing, make money online stuff, the less I was interested in actually schooling in the education, in the school system, right? And the less I discovered that, the more I discovered that, the biggest, richest people in the world didn't have a lot of education. No, didn't have a lot of schooling. I started questioning everything, right? And to God be the glory, I did 4 years of physics in Nigeria. And I have not seen one time where my quantum physics knowledge or my Pythagoras theory knowledge has been applicable in my life. Like I have not seen that one time when I've been able to apply any of the space physics I read or any of the quantum physics I did in school. I just wasted my time, like going over all of those stuff. But the good thing about schooling is that it taught you to be disciplined, right? Because you needed to study, and then there was an expectation for you to pass. Amzat, I don't know if you can still hear me, but I can't see your screen and I can't see your avatar anymore. So I started, writing, and then got into media buying. And so that was how I got my start into media buying. And once I did that, I started looking for clients. So I worked a bit for clients, did some, small gigs, and then I graduated as I built rapport, as I built competence. I started managing big spend. I was behind some of the biggest campaigns you've seen, like when I was still doing clients work, I was personally managing over $500,000 in ad spend, right? And the company went from 0 to like $10 million in revenue, and I was contributing like 90% of the entire revenue for the company. So at that point, I was like, okay, so what's the next thing for me to do, right? Like, made all this money, like you've gotten as big as you can get in that space, right? So I'm like, okay, what am I going to do next? Right. So I decided I'm not doing clients work anymore. I wanted to do my own stuff. So I started doing. So when I would take on new clients, I would do a revenue share deal with them, right? So I get a cut of the whole revenue, and then they pay me a retainer. So that was exactly how I got my start. But to cut the whole story short, yeah, I can see you now, bro. Welcome back. So to cut the long story short, I think what made me what I would say made the whole difference was I took time out to build competence. Like I took time out to build, because I tell myself sometimes, like, dude, like if I wasn't rich, like on this internet thing, I would have failed, because man, we put some serious work, some serious hours behind learning and content. And at the beginning, it was not about just making money. It was about how good can I get at these crafts? Like how good can I get at this craft? So so that was that. So that's that about me. And then of course we came to Nigerian market less than 2 years ago, and I thought, well, shit can be more difficult than this, right? Like I played in the US market for a long time. I've done stuff. I'm like, okay, where's the opportunity in the Nigerian space, right? And as I say, all of these gurus, they come and like, how much did you make? I'm like, how much have you made? And then they give you some numbers. I'm like, and you guys, like, guys who have not built competence, who don't, like they just come and like boo people. I'm like, man, okay. So, but I wasn't interested in teaching. I've never been interested in teaching, even though I'm trying to do more of that right now. But I'm like, I like the service industry. I like real businesses that can be sold over the internet, which is exactly why I got into e-com. Yeah. So I decided, okay, where's the opportunity in this industry? And we saw the opportunity. We came in, and the rest, like they say, is history. So that was how I got my start.
Interesting. Wow. When you're sharing your story, I just realized that we have a lot of things in common on our journey. We never really talked to this point, right? So from starting out
how many
freelancing,
times did you sleep in the summer cafe when you were growing up?
Success Digest. Guess what? I have no idea. All I remember is that it got to a point where two things were my addiction. Number one was Success Digest Extra.
Okay.
I used to live in somewhere in Jua, somewhere called Jua, Abuja, and then I'll take a bike to the road, take a bus to Wuse, that guy in Abuja, and all I'm going to do at Wuse Market
go
is
to buy that 100 naira paper, right? Okay.
100 naira paper. Okay. I'll buy gala and water, and I'll sit down in the bus, wait for the bus to fill, and I'll come back home.
Welcome to my world, bro. That was exactly so. I would walk from our house, like there was this one major newsstand, they call it Mayfair. And so I would walk like from our house to that place to buy that 100 naira paper, Like I will literally be the first guy at the newsstand in the morning, right? Like buy that paper like Wednesday morning. Once it comes Wednesday morning, like I buy that newspaper and then I walk back to my house and then I sit down with it as if my life depended on it. Maybe it did. I mean, maybe it looks like it did. So
I think interestingly, it was one. It's one. I think it's wonderful that you were getting it on Wednesday. It didn't reach Abuja till on Tuesday, till on Thursday rather. So if you go on Wednesday, I know I won't get it on Wednesday. It comes. Okay, no, the time we were doing it twice every fortnight. Then they now moved it to weekly, but it won't. You won't get it on Wednesday. So sometimes I go on Wednesday. They tell me they don't have it.
So I think we get on Wednesdays.
Okay, so I'll have to come back on Thursdays. So those Thursdays I was guessing it, and now when you now mentioned about the Yahoo, my dad literally called
and that was the time when the song Yahooze was raining, you know. Oh my god, oh my god.
and this guy, what's his name?
Oh my god, fantastic times.
I'm like Hamzat is now a Yahoo boy. I'm like, but Dad, what do you mean? Like how?
Dude,
like how?
My mom came to see my phone. I still laugh at party tomorrow. My mom came to seize my phone. She's like, you spend too much time with your phone. So she goes to call my dad and tells my dad to seize my phone. Can you imagine? Can you imagine?
I mean, that's the same in life, right? Okay, now these are wonderful experiences. Now we'll continue this chat off camera, of course. So we'll just go to the next question. Now you saw an opportunity in the Nigerian market and you came at it after, of course, after you build the competence.
Yeah.
Now there are a lot of young people here. Okay, we have 15 people who are live with us right now, and there are over 700. Okay, so yesterday over 800 people had registered for this summit. Now the question is this: what are the opportunities in the e-commerce space right now? That I mean, because now first of all, let me ask: how did the pandemic affect you before we now go to the opportunities, so that these guys will know that this thing we are saying, oh, maybe it is pandemic proof, maybe it's not, maybe it's selling online, maybe I should just go do something else. How did the pandemic affect you?
Okay, that's an interesting question. Very interesting question. I don't know how much details I'm allowed to go on it.
Especially business-wise. Especially business.
Yeah. But speaking of which, my girlfriend is on this call, so she can testify to what I'm saying. Like, it's true. So don't ask me for the name.
Okay.
That said, we've seen.
Yeah, please drop a comment. Let's hold out. Drop a comment. Let's hold out.
She's not gonna drop it. She's not gonna drop a comment, bro. She's too shy for that. She's too shy for that.
Okay.
But I mentioned that because she manages a large part of the business, so she knows our numbers, she knows our metrics, right? The pandemics actually have been, and this is a very selfish thing to say, but it's been one of the best months we've had. Like we are seeing numbers like we've never seen before.
Interesting.
Like we're seeing growth like we've never seen before. Fine, it does help that we're in the health space. So, but the pandemic for us has been incredibly, amazing. From a personal point of view, it's just been fucking amazing. I'm sorry. It's just been very amazing. So that said.
So yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that said.
Now, okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay, you go. You go ahead.
Go ahead, sir. No. Go ahead. Sorry, you're our guest.
Okay, so that said, I think the pandemic would have been very. Okay, so let's just get this down. In any market at all, and guys, take this from me. It might sound very simple. It might sound, I don't have big words. I don't have to speak big English. I will just tell you what it is, and it's going to be your choice what you do with it. But I think, irrespective of any situation, economic situation, health situation, there are markets that will not go away. There are markets that are not going anywhere. Nothing can happen to them. They will not go anywhere. And one of such markets is healthcare. Healthcare in any form, in different forms, will not go away. I was saying this on my Facebook live the other day. Whether we have COVID-20 or COVID-25, whether we have World War III or World War X, whether we have economic collapse, people will get sick. People want to be healthy. People want to have good immune system and be safe, right?
Of course.
Healthcare is not going away. It's not going away. Financial market is not going away, right? We saw COVID happening. We saw how the market was behaving up and down, right, over the past few months. Those are not going away, right? Food is not going away. Food is not going away. People must eat, whether you cook at home or you buy it from outside or it's delivered. It's delivered to you, or you have it in snacks. It doesn't really matter. People must eat. So there are fundamental market. There are markets that no matter what is happening. So because the reason why I point this out is that I see a lot of guys, with all due respect to them, talk about post-COVID world, blah blah blah, how our world has changed, which is true, very true. The way we do business is going to change forever, or is changing forever. The way we communicate is changing forever. The way we do stuff is changing forever. But nobody's really talking about what is not going to change, right? And I'm not saying don't change with the times. I'm saying that there are some fundamental principles that do not change, irrespective of where we are in the life cycle of the world, of this humanity that as we know it, right? So healthcare is not going to go away. Food service is not going to go away. Financial services is not going to go away. These are like the three major things I can think about. And if you look at it, actually, the biggest industries we have are like wealth, health, and relationships, right? Wealth is like financial markets. If you know how to keep money, grow money, save money, grow money, or not lose money, you will always be in business, irrespective of situation. If there's a war out today, people still need to buy it. People need to buy essentials. So my thought is, if you are in a need market is defined by, so you ask yourself this money, what do you need? Like, if what's come towards this money, what do I need? So Tim, what do I need? For example, I take a particular supplement, it's called probiotics. It helps with your digestive system, it helps with the immune boosting and all that. I've run out of my probiotics for like a month now, right? Today, if you sell that probiotics for me for 3x the price that I would normally buy it, I would buy it from you today. If somebody knocks my door today and says, Tim, this is probiotics, right, and it is 3x the price, I would buy it, because for me, I need it. Like, I'm not dependent on it, but I'm just saying that because I take it every day. It's a very good immune booster. It's just awesome, right? And I've taken it for like 3 years, back to back, every day, like that. If somebody comes to you and says, because I can't buy because Amazon is shut down, Flipkart is shut down, so we can't buy anything online. So they only sell essential services, and unfortunately, supplements are not considered essential services in India, at least. So if you walk up to me today and said, Tim, I've got 2 bottles for you, but you're paying me 2x or 3x the normal price, I would buy it. And now that is for a drug, sorry, not the drug, a supplement that my life does not depend upon. Imagine that my life depended on it. How much would I have paid for it? Right. So you ask yourself, no matter what is happening, COVID or not, even if you catch COVID, you must eat, right? The only question is, what are you going to eat and when, right? We must eat, right? So if you are in packaged food industry, if you can figure out a way to deliver food efficiently, either in mass or private, in retail or wholesale, those things are not going to go away. It doesn't matter what happens, right? And then there are other essentials. So for example, I'll give you an example. This is a very interesting example. You wouldn't have thought this is going to sell. But if you were selling clipper, this time, and if you were selling a trimmer this time, do you think it would sell or not? Because my hair is full right now, and I can't get a haircut.
Bye.
I can't get a haircut, right? If you sold me clipper right now, I would buy. Like, that is a need, right? So this is what I'm going to say, that in a pandemic, I don't want to scare anybody. That's not my job here. But what you should be thinking of is, in any economic situation, right? What are people going to consistently need? If you can figure that out, if you can answer that question for yourself, nothing can happen. Let World War happen. Let naira go to 1,000 and 1,000 to $1. It doesn't matter. The volume might not be there for you, but you would sell for sure. If you can figure out things that people need, you would always sell. So this is what I'm going to say to you, that in times of pandemic like this, in terms of economic uncertainty, in terms of fear, you look for, when cash is tight, you look for things that people need. And then when cash is plentiful, when people have a lot of disposable cash, you sell things that they want, right? That is like, if you have a lot of cash, for example, you're looking to buy, jewelry for your girlfriend, you're looking to buy stomach trimmer, you're looking to buy, things that people would, want because they have extra cash, right? And sometimes it's interesting that people are willing to spend more on what they want than what they need. So your job as an entrepreneur is to ask yourself every so often. So ask yourself, in this particular season, in this time, what is the market posture, right? Once you understand what the market posture is, then it's time for yourself, okay, am I selling a need at this time? Am I selling things that people want, right? You might interest you that people buy more for what they want than what they need, because this is it. People respond to fear. No, sorry, people respond to things being taken away from them than things being given to them. So let me give you an example. You would rather save your 1,000 naira and not lose that 1,000 than the hope of gaining an extra 1,000 naira. I don't know if that makes sense. So let me explain what that means. So if you have 1,000 naira with you, you would rather not lose that 1,000 than somebody saying, give me this 1,000, I'll give you 2,000 back, right? So when you don't have a choice, when you don't know where you're going to get money again, you want to hold on to whatever it is that you have. So people buy need at those times. But when you have plenty of cash, you just, guys, people buy 450,000 naira high phones in Nigeria. Right? That's the one. So to the question, to the point, in e-commerce, part-time, we are in the L space. So like I said, no matter what happens, L space. But then even in the L space, there are things that would sell in a pandemic like this, and then there are things that will be slow when there's no pandemic, right? Because not all the products are essentials. Not all of our products are essential. Some of them are like a need basis. People need this thing. We have customers sometimes call us and say, we must deliver to them. Like, we must make sure we deliver to them, right? Because they need whatever it is that we're selling to them, right? So you need to ask yourself, even in the L space, narrow it down and ask yourself, where's the opportunity in this space? I don't want to go too much into the L space, but generally in the e-commerce space, right? If there are things that people would need at this point, for example, assuming that you're the first person that sold face masks in Nigeria, the very first person, right? Week 1 and 2. Imagine how many face masks you're going to sell, especially if your face mask was certified and approved to be medically, medically okay for people to use, right? That's the time of need. That's the time of great opportunity, right? So, knowing what to sell part time is like super important, and I cannot overemphasize that. And whatever space you look at, whatever niche you get into, you must ask yourself, so what is the opportunity in this niche? And to the question is understanding what people need part-time and what people want part-time. Is because, like, for example, in our business right now, we have some products, like I said, that are moving very well. Like right now, they are moving very well. Right. And then we have other ones that, like, they're just maintaining their lanes, they're just doing steady. They're not like blowing up, which is okay, because when the economy reverses, when the whole situation reverses, they will change hands again. Like, so things will change again, and then you start seeing some other products start to move high. But however it goes, we are positioned. You understand? So that is also the question that you should be asking yourself as an entrepreneur in the e-commerce space. And I don't know if you're going to ask me this or not, but I also think that the quality of the product that you choose to sell, I think, is one of the most important things that matters in this game long term. I see a lot of Nigerian youths, Nigerians generally, not even, I see a lot of Nigerians, and they want to sell the fastest moving product. They want to sell the cheapest. They don't care about quality. And that is okay. You can sell 100 pieces of any product without caring about quality. You can't sell 1,000 pieces of that product without caring about quality. Because you can, if you're very good at marketing, selling 100 pieces of anything is easy. But you're not going to get repeat buyers. You can't do 1,000 pieces without people coming to flood your campaigns and saying, this is a scam, this is a lie, this is that, right? And you should be very careful about that. And this is because people think that the L space is very attractive, and it is very attractive, man. I mean, I'm not going to bullshit anybody on this call. We've done well over $100 million naira in revenue, and it's all from the L space. So somebody can come and say, yeah, it's so glamorous, it's so beautiful. Yeah, it is beautiful, But what I see people do is that they go try to knock off our product in China. So they go to China and then they go manufacture an unapproved, uncertified version of the same product, right? And try to bring it into the market, forgetting the fact that like it's somebody's father, it's somebody's mother, it's somebody's in-law, it's somebody's auntie, somebody's uncle who is like, using this product, right? And because of fast cash. But the issue is these guys can't sell more than 100 pieces. Because if you sell 100 pieces of a product, you're good, right? But you can only be great if your market loves you, if there's recurring revenue from that market. And you can't have recurring revenue if your customers do not see the effect of your product, a positive effect of your product. So I guess one of the things that have allowed us to stay in the market to still be this big is that our product does what it says it's going to do. We have stellar customer support. Like, I think one of the things I'm most proud of in our business is our customer support, man. You can't fucking beat us. You can't, like, it's our customer service is like on point. We're not perfect by any means, but like it is as on point as it can get. So if you can sit down and ask yourself, right, so what is the opportunity? Can I guarantee quality of this item? Forget profit for now. Can I guarantee quality? Can I guarantee repeat buyers? If you can answer all of those three things, I think you're set. Any industry, you're set. Can you get repeat buyers? Can you get quality? Does your product do what it says it's going to do? If you can answer these questions, I think you're set.
Wow. Now, thank you so much, Christine. Now, what you did is I asked you to introduce yourself and tell us how you got started, and then you moved it up further, and took us to laying the groundwork for building a successful e-commerce business. And that is fantastic because everything just pointed out already. Hey, see the opportunity before you see, okay, now look out for creative ways to add value and then ensure that you can get repeat customers. Now, this is just fantastic because there are a lot of young people on here right now, and I can assure you that many of them have probably tried selling one or two things, and then, of course, you know how it always ends, right? Now because I've been on both sides of the. I mean, you should know we've been on both sides of the spectrum, both Absolutely. As a buyer and the seller, and you just realize that there's no competition when you're selling quality. You can actually go all out in selling quality. You could go hard on the market. But when it's not quality or you're not even sure of the product, your confidence to sell that product. Okay, now I hope the person is not on this call, but I've had to promote a business before, a client's business. And it was
I can't hear you, brother. You're breaking.
Okay, can you hear me now? Hello?
Now, yeah. I can hear you, brother.
Now,
it's better now.
Because of course, to effectively market any business, any product, I need to experience it, I need to use it, I need to come in and interact with the product. So I read through the entire digital product, consumed it, and asked myself one simple question. Honestly, Hamzat, this product, if you sell it, will these people get what this product says they can get?
Yes, sir.
And guess what? The answer was no. So, yes, so even though I still wrote a very fantastic copy for that client, it was more stressful.
It is what we do, bro. It is what we do, right? It is what we do. Wait, I mean, you can I deliver on the job. It's your problem whether the job delivers on what it says it's going to do or not. I'll do my job. It's fine.
Yeah. So I looked at it and I'm like, come on now, because I kept thinking, like, this stuff. Well, I did the job. I know she sold. I don't know how many copies she sold. I just know she sold. That's all, and I moved on. So now it happens all the time. So I really appreciate that you brought it up at the beginning. So let me just jump off straight to the next question because I can see the comments. Wow, some people are saying they have a ton of questions for you. We'll get to that question and answer session shortly. And now, what are the specific opportunities in the e-commerce space for young people out there? They are watching this show right now. Some of them will come back and watch the replay, and they'll be wondering, how can I get into the e-commerce space? You heard when Prince said he has done over 100 million in revenue. It's no brainer, guys. It's no joke. It's no joke. So it's like, so there's some of them are thinking, 100 million. They've not imagined that kind of numbers before. So it's like, so they want to get in. So the question they're asking is, how can I get in? How can I get in? How can I get in? So, Prince, what are the opportunities available for young people? Now they know they need to deliver value. Now they know they need to build competence. So, what are the opportunities that are available for those who are interested in delving into e-commerce right now?
Okay, so specifically, I would say that, so if you look into a typical family, so generally in e-com, because the mathematics of e-com is very simple, right? Your total cost of
Okay.
product, your landing cost, plus your delivery cost, plus
Yeah.
your advertising cost must be less than your revenue. It's simple. So let me come
Okay.
again. You have a cost of products from wherever you're buying from. We don't do China, but if you're going to do e-com, you can't ignore China, because again, we are in the health space, and China is just not where we want to do business because of all of the regulatory
Okay.
issues. But let's say you're selling okay, let me give you the example of a so you have a car, right? So
Yeah.
if your
Yeah.
car has a dent, God forbid, if you have a dent, if
Mhm.
you see a tool that allows you to like pop up that dent naturally, so like a car pump that you can use to to correct a car dent. I can't remember the name right now. I can do a quick search. Car dent remover. Let me see. Car dent remover. Okay, that's the name. That
Mhm.
is the name. Car dent remover. Okay. For a car enthusiast, for anybody that has a car, that's a good product, right? That's a good product.
Okay.
So let me backtrack. The opportunity in e-commerce, you look for things that people need or want that have high
Okay.
perceived value. I don't know how else to say this more than that. Things
Okay.
that people need or they want with high perceived value. Once you get past that stage,
Yeah.
the next thing you're looking at is things that they need or want with high perceived value that is not readily available. The reason you are able to
Okay.
charge 10x, 15x more than you bought the product for is because the product is not available locally, but the need is there. Does that
Yeah.
make sense to anybody?
Scarcity.
If
Scarcity.
you guys understand that, please give me, say yes or something in the comments. A product that people want or that
Yeah.
they
If you get
need
that
that is
point,
not readily available.
drop a comment.
If,
Mhm.
yeah, exactly. So that is like the place to start. So if you can identify that, right? So there are different ways to identify that. One of my own shortcuts, we don't do so we do only one product, it's health, right? But we do we have a division that does peripheral product campaigns and stuff, like different kind of product like that. But it's not something we'll pay a lot of attention to. But if I was going to get into e-com today, I'll be looking to answer that question: what do people want, need, not available, and they'll be willing to pay money for, right? And then I'll go look for. Let me give you a simple hack, guys. If this is the value you take it from this call today, just take it away. Generally,
Okay.
things that work in the US, it's a matter of time before they get into Nigeria. So if you go to websites like as seen on TV, if you watch programs like Shark Tank, if you watch
Mhm.
Shark Tank is in US, is in Australia. These are and they're available on YouTube, so you can go watch the replays. Any product that you see, or if you go to Alibaba, for example, and go and look at trending products, any of those products that are selling well abroad, when I say abroad, I mean in other countries, will do well in Nigeria. It's always a matter of time. So if I was going to
Okay.
jump on a trend, I would jump on a trend that has an upward trajectory, right? I'll get on a
Yes.
trend that has an upward trajectory. Now I'll pivot by saying that you're not going to build a multi-million, whatever. You're going to be selling the hottest product per time with a strategy like that. So if you want us to get into how to actually build a business that you can hand over to your kids, because what we are building, building, we want to hand it over to. I want to be able to give it to Team Junior. Like, dude, this is your heritage, come manage his operation. But for some people, that is not the goal, right?
Yeah.
For some people, they just want to make a quick million or two and do something else. If your goal is to build a legacy e-com business, there's a different strategy, right? But if your goal is to build, fast money, that's what I'm going to do. Go to Asin on TV, go to Alibaba.com, go watch Shark Tank. Any product that is trending in US, right? It's a matter of time. Any product trending in US and is available on Alibaba, it's a matter of time. It is going to come to Nigeria and it's going to trend. So what you want to do is you want to jump on top of that trend, right? And once you jump on top of that trend, you buy the product. Don't buy too much. Buy like 50, 100 pieces, right? And then zero in on your targeting, zero in on your media buying, and sell it off. Take your cash, repeat. Don't get stuck with a single product. Again, like I said, 2 strategies. One, fast money strategy. If I was broke today, right? If I didn't have money today and I need to sell something and do it fast in e-com, if I must do something in e-com today, that's going to be my strategy. Get on a trend, figure out what is picking up in the US, what is picking up in Europe, right? Because any of those things is a matter of time they get to Nigeria. So why not be the first guy to do it, right? Especially if that product is relatively cheap in China and has a very, very high perceived value. So for example, I can get a car remover. That car remover I was talking about, I can get a car remover for like $2-3, right? And I can come to Nigeria and sell it to you as a car owner for 20K, right? Because it's easy to use. You just stamp it to that dent area. You stamp it on that, pull it out, done. You don't even need to go to a panel beater, right? So if I see somebody like Amza who has a nice car, who wants to because guys that have cars love their cars. I mean, you might have to choose between the wife and the car sometimes. Actually, like some people are that crazy, because the way they wash that car, say this guy, they clean the inside, clean the outside, clean the engine. The car has to be so those guys are called car enthusiasts, and you can sell them any accessories at all. So if you can justify it to them, this thing is going to make your car more beautiful, more efficient. Oh God, just forget it, right?
Forget Dubai.
And then you that, and you look at women, and let me also say that I personally, I don't know if it's something about me, but I feel like women are difficult to sell to. But that said, we still have a lot of women buying from us, right? But they just need a lot of, they like to be pets. They like to you need to caress them, pet them. A man will come to you and say, I need this, I need this, I need this. When can you deliver? Case closed, done. A woman wants to know, is it working? When does it work? How does it work? How will it work? How much is it? Can you support me?
Why is it working?
You come? Come on, woman. But that said, they are also because when it comes to things, utensils in the house, women women are decision makers, right? So if you figure out for yourself, what is one thing that a woman would need in a house, right? That is not available but has a high passive value, they'll buy from you. My girlfriend was showing me a product. I'm not going to say what the product is, but she was showing me a product of, it's a kitchen utensils. And then she broke down to me why this is super important. I'm like, wow, I would never as a guy think about that. But, she just because of course she's a woman, I'm not gay. And so she's like, so if she's this thing is going to be useful in the kitchen, right? People are going to buy. And so she told me, I'm I would never see that coming. I would never imagine it, right? But because it solved a specific problem in the kitchen, right? Initially, they don't know it's a problem. But once you show them, so it's like this, you don't know this is a problem, right? But once you show them, oh my God, why didn't I think of buying this 10 years ago? You understand? That kind of, epiphany. So products like that is what you want to be going for. So you get on top of trends, right? I remember when Vibro Action Belt came. It's been 2 years in the US. I watched the Shark Tank episode where these guys came to actually where they actually came to do the pitch, and they wore this belt and it was vibrating and they said it was going to trim fat and all of that. And right here, Nigeria last year, everybody was selling Vibro belts. Everybody was selling Vibro belts, right? So point is, if it works in the US, it's going to work here. Wow. So fast money, you must make money the next 7 days. No, not 7 days, because it takes time to ship from China to, especially now during the pandemic. So sorry, I didn't hear that.
Let's say 30 days.
Yeah, let's say 30 days. You must make money in 30 days. You must make $1 million in 30 days. Maybe not. Okay, maybe not $1 million. Maybe 500,000. Maybe 250K. Right? Because I'm the last person that will tell you that e-commerce is easy. It's not easy. It's a lot of work. It's like any other work. You need to be persistent. You need to be stubborn. You need to be resilient. Right? Like I'm not gonna come here and tell you this thing is easy. It's not easy. It's not easy. Truth. But is it simple to do? Yes. Is it easy to do? No. Because again, it's the same way they teach us 1 + 1 in school, right? Some people will pass it, some people will fail it, right? But if you can give it what it takes, right? If you can be persistent, you're laughing. Why? I mean, bro, okay. Anyway, so if you can be persistent, sorry.
I said no. When you said 1 + 1, some people still fail. The question will be like, "Come on, you didn't do well in maths." But of course, that's.
Guys, the only mathematics that matter is the sum total of cash in the bank, right? That is the only fucking math that matter. Any other thing, jeez. Like the only, like, if you can calculate how much cash you have in the bank, as far as I'm concerned, you're good. You're on top of the world good. So if you must make money in 30 days, get on top of. So I've mentioned Alibaba trending. So you go to Alibaba and search for trending products. So you're looking for a few things. Would people want it? Would people need it? Can you demonstrate quick value, like quick need value? And then, is it cheap enough to ship? Make sure it is not heavy, because you pay per kilogram.
Okay.
So make sure that product is not heavy. If it is too heavy, so the cost of shipping is going to take away all of your profit margin, right? So make sure it's not too heavy. So do people need it? Do they want it? Is it cheap to buy? When I say cheap, I'm not saying go buy the cheapest available products you see on Alibaba, because again, when you go buy the cheapest products you see, it comes to Nigeria, it breaks, and your customers distrust you basically, right? So is it easy to ship? Like the weight?
Yes.
Can you demonstrate value? I think if you can answer those questions, excuse me. If you can answer those questions, I think.
Sorry.
Thank you. So I think that's that to get on a fast fast cash strategy.
Yes. Thank you so much, Prince Tim. This has been amazing. Sorry, man. Now, okay, guys. Now at this point, I want you guys to begin to drop your questions. Now, you've had it so far. It's been, he gave you a quick start guide in e-commerce, how you can get started in e-commerce and even start making money within the next 30 days. Now, that was just phenomenal. So thank you.
Yes.
So guys, get your questions now. Drop your questions in the comments. Let's know what the questions are, so that Prince Tim can answer them quickly for all of us. All right. So now that was quite an interesting formula, Prince. So what people need or want, and with a high perceived value, and it's not readily available.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So it's striking. It's striking, and you mentioned quality, because I already addressed the quality part. It now covers for that. That was it called. So Prince Tim, now I hope you don't mind if we keep bringing you on this interview series, so that, because I know a lot of people will want repeats, interactions, and if there's a website, if there's a link, of course, as soon as the website is out, you just share with me. I'll be glad to drop it and get the guys who are interested in e-commerce to come around. So guys,
unfortunately, I don't have to sell you.
No,
well, unfortunately, I ain't got nothing to sell, bro.
Except you're a media buyer, and if you're a media buyer, reach out. Let's link you up with Prince Tim. I know he's always hiring media buyers. This guy's always hiring media buyers, guys. He's always hiring media buyers. Okay, now, so do you have any question? Let's begin to wrap up this session with your questions. You have a question, you have a product you want to sell online. I still remember, and there's somebody who asked on the broadcast yesterday, in one of the sessions yesterday, about how to import products from. How to import products. I don't know who that person is now, but we just take the questions. So the guy says, Prince Team, we don't do China. Which other markets do you advise us to buy from apart from China?
Um, I mean, for most people, for every other person that is not in the health space, China is where you're going to buy, or Vietnam. But I've never bought from Vietnam before, so I really don't know. But with this pandemic that's just happened right now, I think we're going to see a lot of manufacturing move out of China because let's not go into geopolitics. But for now, China is where you buy most of the things that you will get access to. But I think at some point in the future, very near future, we'll start seeing Vietnam, export a lot of these things. But for today, if you're going to buy anything for today, it's going to be in China. But if you're in the
Okay.
health space,
Okay.
I totally do not recommend China unless you can certify that. I can't, in good faith, recommend China if you're in the health space. If you're selling health gadgets, health equipment, yes. But if you're selling any digestible thing like ingestible, no, I do not. I mean, I cannot, in good faith, recommend China to anybody for anything ingestible. But if it's like a tool and equipment, things like that, China all day, and twice on Sunday.
Okay. Fantastic stuff. Then we have Oluwa Tomiwa Adio saying, what skills are actually needed to thrive in e-commerce?
Okay, that's an
Skills,
interesting
specific skills.
question. That's an interesting question because
Yes.
we can keep blabbling about how awesome the market, the industry is. But yeah, so you need, of course, you need basic mathematics. Yeah, I know, sounds very ridiculous,
Okay.
but you do need to know your numbers. I can't
Okay.
emphasize this enough. Little things kill you in e-com. Know your numbers is one of the most important things you can, like one of the most important things. But more than that is, so assuming you know your numbers, so meaning you know your cost of manufacturing. I'm sorry, guys, I have cold. I didn't sleep properly, and but it's normal. So you know your numbers. You know what your product costs. You know what your product sells for. You know what your shipping cost is. You know what the weight is. Once you can figure all of that out, and then of course you had the cost of marketing to that, I think you'll be fine. But to the skills you need to be able to to write copies. I think that if you put me in a desert today and leave me with my copywriting skills and give me my intelligence, of course, and you maybe not give me internet access, I think no, okay, no. Copywriting skills doesn't work without internet. So let's say, like, if I find myself in a new country today, I don't have money, no cash on me, I think the skills that will help me survive is going to be my media buying skills and my copywriting skills. Those are like the two most important skills. If you're doing anything online, actually, if you're doing anything online, anything at all, you're selling a product, I'm getting aggressive. You're selling a product, you're selling a service, physical, copywriting skill, media buying, nothing is more important. We can keep talking from now to tomorrow. Nothing is going to be more important than you being able to articulate your words, articulate your ideas, persuade people by words. That's like one of the most important skills. And there are simple formulas to doing this thing, so it doesn't need to be complicated, right? But being able to write, being able to persuade people with words online, people that, because guys, look at it. You've never seen me, never heard anything about me. You land on my page, you see me write a few things, and you take money out of your pocket to exchange for what I'm talking about. There has to be some kind of power behind that, right? There has to be some kind of power behind that, right? So copywriting skill is like super important. Media buying, and by media buying, I mean Facebook ads, Google ads, but mostly for beginners, Facebook advertising. If you can figure out those two things, I think you'll be fine. I think anything after that is going to be they're going to be important because I have a third one, organizational skill. So having an organizational skill, again, that's like management skills, especially if you're planning to scale, because now you're going to be managing delivery guys, you're going to be managing your money, you're going to be managing cash flow. Like organizational skill is going to be very, very important. But if I'm going to give you two skills, it's going to be copywriting and knowing how to buy media on Facebook for a start. Did I answer that question properly?
Okay, fantastic. Um, Thank you very much, sir. Hello, can you hear me, Prince?
Yeah, absolutely. I can hear you.
Hello, Prince.
I can hear you, brother.
Um,
I can hear you perfectly. I see you. I hear you.
yes, yes, you did. I mean, there's media buying and copywriting skill, copywriting skill, and organizational skill, so that you can manage the logistics and all the other details.
Yes, sir.
Fantastic. Thank you very much,
Yes.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Now I'm seeing a few questions. I'll just sift them slightly. I'll highlight a few. Frank Joseph. Okay, your first question answered. Mention Shark Tank and what other means to find trending products in addition to Alibaba. He already mentioned it. Rewatch. I'll leave the replay for you to watch. We already addressed how to find trending products to sell. So just watch the replay later, Frank Joseph. Then Mary Mahmoudou talked about if you are placed in an environment where they want cheap products and only a few high class individuals, is quality still the right choice of business line? Absolutely. Prince Tim, you want to make a quick comment?
No, bro, you just answered it. Don't sell to people that want cheap things, because when it breaks, they come back to you and say, they blame it on you. Just don't sell to them. Just don't sell things that people don't sell cheap things.
I like that. I like that. I like that. And this one says, how do you assess reliable companies to import from? Now these are e-commerce questions.
Interesting. So
Um,
so on Alibaba, you have
Prince, hello.
you can sort sellers based on their ranking, review, and rating. So we have Alibaba Gold is, I think, is what they call them, like gold membership. So the more volume Alibaba is recorded for them, the trustworthy they are. The more trustworthy they are, and then you look at their rating, you look at their reviews. It's simple because nobody's going to China, right? So everything you see is on the website. Just rank them. Don't use pricing to rank. That is the problem I see people face. Don't rank by price. Rank by rating and review and volume of that merchant on the website. I think if you go through that, you'll be fine.
Okay, fantastic. Then there's this other question. Now this question, Princeton.
Ah.
Princeton, can you answer this question in a few minutes? I'm wondering.
Do you guys have 1 hour for this?
No, we don't. That's what I was wondering if you can answer this question in 60 seconds.
Okay, so 60 seconds. My time starts now. Who wants to be a millionaire? Okay.
Yeah.
Legacy business. So ask yourself. So it has to be a need business. It can't be a want. It has to be a need business, like a need niche, right? That's one thing. Second thing is that it has to be brandable. Brandable. It has to be brandable. You have to be able to slap your name on it, whatever it is, right?
Okay.
And you have to be able to, bring A-level players on board your team. One of the things I've struggled most with in my life is that I now know how difficult it is to get competent people on board teams. Fuck, man, it's the most difficult thing I've experienced in this business. Getting competent people on board teams. You have no how difficult it is. You have no idea. Like, it's like the most getting products is easy, funding is easy, marketing is easy. Getting competent people on board your team, fuck, man, it's like, okay. So has to be brandable, has to I forgot what I first said. Has to be in a need market, has to be brandable, and then you have to figure out how to get competent people on board your team. If you can figure out those three things, I think you can build a legacy business. Because once you have competent people on your team, it's a matter of having the right organization and just scaling from that, right? And because your mindset is, this is not quick cash for us, right? This is like, I'm handing this over to my kids, right? So the way you market to actually change, right? Because it's a legacy business, right? You're not going to be reckless with your marketing, right? Because you don't want to destroy that name. So you're going to be very careful. You're going to do business with diligence. You're going to take care of your customers. I can't stress this enough. take care of your fucking customers. They give you money. And if they give you money, you should take care of them. Like, okay, I think you get the point now. So I think that is how you do. That is how you start a legacy business. Brandable, but I can't overemphasize the branding part. Brandable. So that means you can't go and brand Touchlight or go and brand face mask, right? It has to be something that you can hand over to your, and it doesn't have to be complex. Like, for example, let's go back to the example of a car dent remover. You can brand a car dent remover, because the thing with this kind of product is once you figure out a niche that is a need, you can start producing, you can start manufacturing or producing other related products in that space. And that is how you build a, guys, we didn't build our business with a single product, even though initially a single product was what we had, but we started with one. We saw serious traction in that, and then we started to do what, like, increase our product line. But we were laser focused on one for a long time. But once we achieved that, we just started to like increase. So I think if you put those things at the back of your mind, you can build a legacy. It's not difficult. It's simple but not easy. It's not difficult. It is simple, but it's not easy.
Simple but not easy.
Did I answer that question?
Now there's another question here. You trashed the question. You did absolute justice to that question. Thank you. The only challenge I'm having right now is that the questions just keep popping up, so I'll have to now be skimming them. Okay, let's do this. This one says, how can one start small in this industry? They say you've been calling attractive numbers, that they want to know, how can they start small? How can they start small in this industry and relevant?
We started our company with 200,000. Why do I keep calling dollars? We started our company with 200,000 naira.
Money is coming, man. The deals are coming.
Yeah, you got it, bro. You got it. But you can start with as little as maybe 50,000. I don't know if you can do less than that, because you need to at least have $50 for ad spend. No matter what you're selling, you must have at least $50 in ad spend. So $50 is like 20,000 naira, right? And you can order like 5-10 pieces of anything. Just start small. Or what you can also do is to find somebody that is doing volume in your space and tell them, sir, find them. I'm not that guy, right? Because but you can find guys that are like doing some volume. Or guys, find any importer from China wherever you live, right? People that buy things in bulk and say, sir, can you buy me 10 pieces of this particular product for your next shipment? I mean, because when your back is against the wall, you have to be creative. You have to be strategic.
Yeah.
Right. So if you go to them and say, please buy me 10 pieces of this product, it reduces your own cost, your exposure. It doesn't, like, they know the business, they know the terrain. Because forget e-com, there are guys whose business is importing from China on a regular, especially if you are from the eastern side. These guys do this a lot. So it's not even a new thing. What is new is that we are looking for trends and selling these things online instead of offline. But there are guys that do this offline anyway. So go meet those guys and say, I need 5 pieces of this thing, I need 10 pieces of this thing. Buy that for me. Keep 20,000 naira for your ad spend, and I think you're off to the races. I don't know if you can do it for less than that. I won't lie to you. I really don't know. But it should be possible to do it on a very small budget. And guys, like I said, I'm calling big numbers. I'm sorry about that. If your goal is 100K,
you shouldn't be sorry for calling big numbers. That's your reality.
if your goal is doing 100K a month, we can't do 100K a month. If your goal is doing 200K a month, you can do. If your goal is 250K, so you don't need to do 7 figures. You don't need to do it. You don't need to build legacy business. Like whatever your goal is, I think you can find a path to it in e-com. I think that's the point I want to make. If your goal is to just make 100,000 naira a month, I think you can do that easily. You won't be stressed. Maybe you sell like 10 products in a month, and that's that. And you just be doing your fine boy, or doing your fine girl, boss lady things. Yeah. So next question. Let's do this first. Okay.
Yeah. So one other question, and person says you scout for need, stuff that people need, seeing the essentials that constantly need. Is it compulsory that one diverse to those areas, or should one focus on this is the age-old passion question?
Mr. David, you are not going to like my answer. Fuck your passion. If your passion can't pay the bills, fuck it. Next question, bro.
I don't think this is I don't think this is a Mister.
Whatever. Sister, Mrs. Senfat. I mean, like whatever it is. Follow the money. Follow the money. When you are starting out, follow the money. When you become rich and comfortable, go with your passion. When you're starting out, follow the money. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm not Gary V. I'm not going to tell you to follow your passion and shit like that. No. There's like, unless you have a clear path unless you have a clear path from passion to cash to revenue, I think the gospel of follow your passion is, for a Nigerian starting out without cash, it's a waste of time. Next.
Okay. All right, Senfat. I think that question
guys,
was.
I'm sorry if I sound very blunt, but we don't want to waste time on, we don't want to waste time on bullshit here. Let's.
Okay, now this person is asking for a review of his idea. I'm sure. Do you think starting a research brand in Nigeria is sustainable and profitable?
So this is the point where I can bullshit you and say that it's not, because I'm interested in that space personally, and at some point we're going to float a branded research brand. So that's your answer. It is, but again, it has to be such that you can. Quality is going to be very important to you, and building brand loyalty. It's not going to be a day job thing. It's not going to be a day thing. It's not going to be a 3-month thing. You're going to need time, but you can brand wristwatches. Yeah, absolutely, you can. But you're going to need work, and I don't suggest you do it if you're just starting out. I do not suggest you do it if you're just starting out. But yeah, you can absolutely brand wristwatches and build a cult following around wristwatches. It's a lifestyle thing. You can do that absolutely. Yes.
Okay, fantastic. So there's a question from the Telegram group. Jacob Theophilus, I hope that answers the question. The question says, how has the pandemic affected the fashion importation industry, and what are the opportunities made for made in Nigeria fashion stuff after the pandemic? Okay, opportunities for made in Nigeria fashion stuff. Wow.
I will be careful. Whatever I say to this answer, do not take it as gospel truth, because I'm as ignorant as the next person about fashion. Maybe ask my girlfriend what she thinks about fashion. I'm a guy that when I go to market and I see a t-shirt that I like, I buy like 6 pieces of that single t-shirt, same color.
Right. Now hold on, Prince. Let me interrupt you. You know what? This morning, now my wife is live, right? This morning I picked up this white t-shirt, and my wife looked at me and said, "Hamza, this is the third t-shirt I'm wearing in three straight days," and I'm like, "I don't care." You're wearing the third white shirt, and I'm sure to her she must have looked at it like, "Come, you're wearing the same white."
They will think you have only one, Abby.
And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, hey, I can't be bothered about what's the color of shirt
of all things. Of all things,
right now, please, let's have a summit. All right, babe, if you're watching this, I know you're watching this, babe. I'm sorry. I'm alive to you. I'm sorry. I'm live.
So that's just it. But then,
yeah.
Yeah, please finish your line.
No, that was an open letter to my wife. What happened is
to stop disturbing us about what we wear.
No, Prince Tim, I'm not with you on that one at all. I'm married. what happened is, guys.
Stop oppressing me with this married thing, okay? I'm getting married soon too. Stop oppressing me, bro.
Wifey, I'll edit this part out of this video before we. In fact, I'll make sure there's no replay, and I'll edit this part out of this video. Thank you. Next question.
Let me take a stab at that question before the next question, please.
Yeah.
I think, like I said, from a global point of view, there's going to be a shift to home-made stuff, nationally made stuff right now, instead of the over-dependence on China for everything. So this is not even a fashion question. I tell my friends, I tell people around, if you're a very good fashion designer, you can start to use the internet to market your wares. So show your design, right, on Facebook. Show your design. Take a very nice, beautiful picture, and then tell people, if you want this kind of dress sewn for you, right? Comment or send me a message or something. And then from there, you take their measurements and you've got clients. So fashion can go in that line. But if you want to do ready-made fashion, I think it's going to be very difficult online because of size issues. Women have, waistlines different from each other. They have back sides different from each other. They have chest lines different from each other. So I think ready-made things in fashion is going to be difficult, especially clothing. So I can't speak to that. But I think if you like are a fashion designer, in fact, there's no better time to do this right now because people are at home, right? Pandemic will go, right? COVID-19 will go. People will go back outside and start wearing dresses, right? So if you're very good at your crafts, take beautiful pictures, that showcase the entire thing, and run $5 campaigns. If you like this design, DM me, and I'll make your own. You would get tired of clients. I can assure you, one of the fastest, smartest ways to use Facebook marketing. The next question will be, how fast can you scale your operation? Can you go buy automated machines from China that will automate this process, put your dimension into it, and it's going to produce that clothes for you? Because you're going to have so much orders that fulfillment is going to become an issue. I can assure you of that. So if that is your skill set, I think the internet affords you the opportunity to do it. But as for ready-made stuff, I'm not the guy to ask for that. I'm sorry.
And it interested me. I think there's someone on my list. I don't know if he signed up for this summit. He should have signed up for this summit. I don't know if he's watching us right now. He was working with a team of guys to design an app in the fashion industry where you just plot in your measurements. Different tailors can plot in their measurements and send it and it automatically goes to the tailor. So they know, awesome. Okay, your waistline, they know what it is. And
exactly. And
I just realized that's a fantastic app, especially for this time.
It
was like
scale.
Last year or so.
It can scale seriously. I'm confident. I've not done it before, but I'm just super confident about it. It can scale, especially if you can deliver to specification, deliver quality. I think it can. Because, guys, people are tired of tailors disappointing them. People are tired of tailors who give you a time and they don't fulfill. So if you are competent, I think I'm super confident it will scale. By scale, I mean it will thrive. Okay. And then if you can also get people around you who are very good, or train people around you who are very good, or use machines, I think it's a viable business. It's a viable business. I don't think I'm confident about it. Very confident. Very.
Fantastic. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Now, there's another question here, but I think this person didn't start with us. That's why it's asking this question in this format. So we'll just take a part of the question so that we won't burn too much time with this question. All right?
Okay.
The question says, can you outline the most critical steps as a beginner into e-commerce? We already trashed this part out. We talked about finding something people need or want with high perceived value. I'm just recapping for you, Daniel. Prince Team already told us, hey, how to get started is find find something people need or want with a high perceived value that is not readily available. And how do you find them? As seen on TV, Alibaba trending section. If it's trending in the US or somewhere on Alibaba, with time start trending in Nigeria. So that's how you should get started. And he also shared skills. So Daniel, what I advise you is watch this replay. We'll leave this replay. We'll not take this replay down. So watch this replay, guys. Then but he also asked, what are the potential pitfalls to look out for? Now I know you've already been talking about quality and
so once you get past the quality issue and the pricing issue, know your numbers. Know your numbers. Don't work for people that will eat. Don't be working for people that will take your money. Know your numbers. Your delivery cost, your ad spend cost, know your numbers. Know your numbers in and out. The only number you need to know other than your bank balance is your business numbers. Know your numbers. Know your numbers. It is so easy. It is so easy to overlook things that become extremely expensive end of the month. It is so easy. Like $1 in $1 difference in the cost of weight from China can be the difference between making a profit and making, and just breaking even. So know your numbers, know your numbers. Of course, quality. I mean, I'm assuming that you have your fundamental principles on lockdown. Quality products, things. So if you're going to take any ingestible, ask yourself, will I take this thing myself? Will I give it to my mom? Will I give it to my to my girlfriend? Will I give it to my parents? If you can't answer yes, don't do it. If you want to buy a product and you can't answer, is this product quality? If I bought this product for this price, will I like it? Will I be proud of it? Will I be satisfied? If you answer no, don't do it. So, I mean, I'm not a pastor. This is not Sunday, but do to yourself. I mean, do to others what you want them to do to you. That's it.
Okay, fantastic stuff. Fantastic. Daniel, I hope that answers your question. So, and make sure you watch the replay because we've addressed both the essential building blocks you need to try to build a thriving e-commerce business, and also essential skills that you need to build. You need to watch this replay, Daniel. Watch the replay. So, someone says, okay, this still comfort Gideon, and she says, you have a product people need, but they don't see their need for it. How do you convince them to buy from you at all? Marketing. Well, Princeton, it's a question.
That's the job of marketing. That's the job of marketing. You have to just demonstrate it to them. Like, that is why if you're doing e-com, I think video ads are the best things you can be running. Video ads that demonstrate the value, that demonstrates, whatever it is that you're selling. I think that's like the easiest thing you should be doing. If you use video ads, you convince them. If you can't convince them with the video, in a 30 seconds video, I think it's too complicated. And guys, whatever you do, keep it simple. Complex is not definition of effective. Keep it simple. Don't do complex things. Keep it simple. Okay, next question. Do we have a next question?
Yes. Yes, I think at this point the next question is, Princeton, when are we having you on this show again? When are we having you back?
Anytime you want me. You know that you're like one of the fewest people in this world that can call me at any time and I won't get busy for you. I'm not busy for you, so you call me anytime.
Oh, now you're gonna make me cry.
Guys, so let me say this to you guys.
Thank you so much.
This brother that is trying to form is behind some of the biggest brands in this country. So it's just here forming humble brother. It's not actually humble when it comes to like competence and delivering of value. So it's just doing what it's doing because it's just trying to be funny. But that's not true. It's not humble when it comes to in the real sense of it. It's one of the biggest, guys behind the scene in this country. I mean, some of the biggest names is behind their marketing. Right. So I mean, don't let this thing fool you.
Okay. Princeton?
What? You're not gonna say anything to that?
Okay, Princeton.
Bro, you're breaking up now. I can't hear you.
Is it free advice now? Free publicity? What do you do for me? Free marketing. Free marketing. Thank you very much. You just saved me a lot of $1,000 in advertising.
Yeah,
can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. You're back for me.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, bro. I can hear you now, bro. I'm with you.
Team, and sincerely, I'm short of words. Like the content we've been dishing out in this since this one started for free, you could easily pay serious money for it. and trust me. Okay, now somebody was asking if we're going to let the replay stay there. Yes, we will let the replay stay. We're not taking this content anywhere. So you come back, rewatch the video, ask your questions, and execute. Because truth be told, everything I said now sounds so simple, right? But where a lot of people make mistakes. You think simplicity means poor or means ineffective. People, I don't know for what reason, but people try to make it look as though simplicity is synonymous to low quality, to ineffective. Now, I know I'm a marketer, so I should know, right? If I came up here and we did 5 steps, 7 steps, show you dashboard, show you screenshots, you'll be blown away. Everybody will be excited, right? We know that stuff. But that's not the point right now. The point is,
Yes, sir.
take action on what it is that you are learning, you've learned from this summit, and actually run with it. Run with this stuff, guys, and it's going to do you a lot of good. Okay, at this point, we are. Hello, Prince. Are you still with us?
I'm still with you, brother. I'm still with you.
Hello, Prince.
I can hear you, bro. I'm still with you. I think we just lost Amjad. You should be trying to come back anytime from now.
Okay.
Okay,
Hello,
welcome
Prince.
back. Yes, sir.
Yes, thank you. I think for some odd reason, network took me out. Okay, so guys, that's it for this afternoon session. I'll just jump on and have a conversation with Christine backstage, and I'll make some updates. And okay, for those of you who are watching us live right now, where I said I'll be sharing with you opportunities to easily make $1,000 easily. Christine has taught me that it's simple does not mean it's easy. Okay, now simple opportunities to make $1,000 per month
Because you got
right
to do
here
the
in
work, man.
Nigeria.
You got to do the work. You have to do the
Yeah,
work.
of course, of course. And because you are here, let me just explain this. Now, when we say $1,000 per month, some people think it's a big deal. $1,000, $1,000. Not the naira dollars. It
1,000.
sounds ridiculous, right? But guess what? That's just around if you sell a $40K product to 10
To 10
people, you
people,
made
that's your
$1,000.
cash. Yes, sir.
I'm not going to exceed if to 10 people, you made 1,000. Yes, that's $1,000. So what we're going to do is I'll break down the process for you, and I'll show you the avenues that you can use to do this. But the session will not be holding this afternoon again. I'm sorry. So 3 p.m. session has been cancelled. Cancelled. But I'll still do the training and send it to everybody who registered for this summit. It will be live to everyone who registered for this summit. But we've had a lot of issues, technical issues, and it's already 12:31 p.m. I still have to go and sort this out. I have to go and sort out things so that we don't have a messy session later in the evening. And in the evening, by 8 p.m. today, guys, we're having the ancestor back on the show to share with us.
Whoa!
Yes, lessons I learned from 10,000 hours of trading Forex. 10,000 hours of trading Forex. Now, yes, lessons from 10,000 hours of trading Forex. Now, if you have wanted to trade the Forex market, you are an investor, you have some money, you will find a way, you will get access to those, get access to your questions being answered this evening, all right? Somebody saying, please, I cannot download some of the videos. What's my problem with the upload, sir? It's not a problem with the upload. It's your internet. Try another way. Find another internet connection. All right? Sometimes even me, I want to download some videos and it's not working. It's not a problem with the upload at all. As long as it has been uploaded, it's live. All right? So if you try one browser, it doesn't work, try another one. You try another one, it doesn't work, borrow somebody's own. I mean, do something. All right? Use a VPN. Like I had to switch to VPN for this call after when it kept, initially it kept breaking up easily, right? So I used a VPN. That's why it has been relatively more stable. So guys, that's it. That's it. And thank you so much, Christine. Thank you so much for additional value. I'll now end this broadcast. If you watch this, and if you're going to watch this replay and you watch this replay, please don't laugh too much. All those things I was joking. It's a joke. Don't laugh. If you laugh, I'll come and remove the replay. Amen. So and ask your questions. Ask your questions, and we'll be excited to attend to your questions at any time. God bless you guys.